Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. I'm a psychic artist and a tarot reader and a spirit releasement medium. Today, I'm going to talk about the background story of this project, how I got my inspirations, and my journey as a psychic medium and an artist. And I'm gonna share some of the lessons I learned through running a Kickstarter campaign and online shop. And also all of the resources I mentioned in this project will be listed down below. Without further ado, let's get it started. I've been spiritual all my life, actually. I've been spiritual ever since I was a kid. I can see stuff. I was kind of rejected by the cultural norm. Well, my mom is really loving and supportive, but also she freaks out every time when I told her I saw somebody at home when she saw no one. And yeah, as I grow up, actually, I was trying to run away from it and trying to become a normal person that everybody think that I should be. So I actually went to design school and become a designer. I always have innate love for art and beauty. And then after I moved to West Coast, I started to get to know a lot of spirituality stuff, and I started to read tarot. It's a great tool for self-help. For me, it's really self-discovery. I really want to know why I feel so sad and why I feel so depressed at the time. Somehow I can quickly connect with all those imageries. My very first step is, of course, writer rage. And then I think during my Saturn return, I started to address all of the mental issues I've been having. So I came across a class teach people how to connect with their spirit guides. Somehow that class was like reactivation about, you know, all of a sudden you feel like you connect again. Also during the time pandemic just started, it's just a hard time for everybody and I didn't know what was going to happen. So I just decided to just stay at home and working on my art as a hobby. Actually, at the time, I was still a designer working for a tech company. It was just a hobby at the time, and I never thought it would become anything. I just think it's a really good outlet to express my creativity outside of work. And shout out to my best friend Annie. She's actually the one inspired me to do it. She's like my spiritual elder sister. I was just kind of follow her step and I was like, yeah, this is so cool, because I never really thought about what I want and what I love, because growing up I keep just being told what I should like and what I need to, you know, like what I need to do. Never really thought about that question. So I started to actually question what I really like, and I like illustration. I think drawing really makes me happy. So I started to draw, but I never really found my style. During the beginning of pandemic, at the time I already started meditation to talk to my spirit guides. And then this lady, I'm gonna put her in the middle of the screen. She came out of nowhere. As you can see that I was struggling the process. I didn't know what I was doing. Actually, I didn't even sketch anything. I was like, oh, I think I'm just gonna draw a person. And then just naturally, as soon as I let go of my expectations of what the outcome is, this person came out clear and clear. I drew this lady. And as you can see, it's black and white because I couldn't see any colors. It was just like something in my mind. I think I received this image. I draw it out and it all starts from there. So my very first card was the Lovers. I actually was really shocked by the results because it's like everything just come into place naturally. Every single drawing I had was like a moment of me surrender to my intuition. Immediately after the Lovers card, I knew, seriously, there's no other reason than I just knew that that is something I've been searching for a long time. At the time, I didn't thought this going to become a complete project. I thought I'm just gonna use tarot's topic to practice. First of all, shout out to all my early supporters. Without you guys, without your support, I would never finish this thing. My early supporters actually are the ones help me to keep this project going. Where was it? Oh yeah. The whole process, I mean the drawing process, takes about a year and a half. A lot of people told me actually it's a pretty short time frame. I feel like I was spiritually awakening along with the creation of the deck. And also halfway there, I started to learn spirit release therapy, and that really helps to speed up the process even more. I was never properly trained to be an illustrator. The whole process is me learning how to draw as well. I know I went to art school, I sketch, but you know, like those are just sketch or notes for design. So I never like really try to learn illustration as like a thing. Never took a class before. So it was quite a bit struggle over there. Still right now, I have the ugliest sketch. So usually I start with a roughly sketch, just like a composition, and then I make decisions as I work on the artwork. The outcome is not always match the beginning. At the beginning, I felt a bit insecure about sharing that process because I don't want people to know how ugly my sketch was. Because I saw a lot of good artists online. They sketch and they know exactly what they want. They get exactly what they were imagined or what they sketched. Somehow it doesn't work for me. I feel kind of silly to worry about sharing my process back then. And now I feel better as I work on more and more artwork. I feel like following my heart is more important than pretty process. Yeah, I think what I was really afraid of was myself. I think creating that deck really helped me to gain my confidence back. So let's talk about the printer. We got the intuition and spirituality out of the way. We're gonna talk about practical questions. I came across makeplayingcards.com. I didn't eventually work with them, but I do think it's a really, really, really good tool for independent creators. If you wanna test out what the deck, you know, just test out your vision. But the limitation is that they have certain box shape. At the time, I didn't want to include a deck book there. So, you know, you can't really customize the box. So there's like a big space left in the box. And there are a couple of details I did not particularly like. You know, the alignment is kind of off and the color is a bit washed off. So let me show you this side by side. So yeah, as you can see, this is the final deck and this is the make playing cards. Actually, when I received it, I was like, did this sit under the sun for a month or so? Like, why everything is so washed off? I don't know, it's just something. But I do like their paper though. So if you see, like, it's resilient, but also at the same time, it's easily bendable. So if you're one of those, you know, like I don't know how to do this. I don't even know the name of it. Anyways, if you're one of those fancy shufflers, you will like their paper. It's pretty good. So because I wasn't really satisfied about the outcome from Make Playing Cards, so I decided to just reach out to some printers. It was really nice that my printer reached out to me while I was like writing emails, and I was like hoping to find a good printer, and then they connect me on Instagram and asked if I want to work with them. If you're ever interested in getting a quote from them, feel free to talk to them. They're really, really good. They will get back to you like in a day. Well, the reason why you have to wait a little bit is because like there is a time difference, and also they will provide a lot of good tips in terms of picking papers and materials. There's definitely limitations about working with a remote printer. It's so hard to do press check, and you kind of have to pray to the printer god that everything will work out well. Actually, I didn't have a lot of difficulties working with them. They know what they're doing, so like you just give them the files, and their designer is also super cool and efficient too. The process was pretty smooth. Next thing, let's talk about Kickstarter campaign. So there were two things I was really worried about, but I didn't have to. There were promotion, right? Like you gotta get the words out. I mean, I had decent following, but I was like kind of worried how I'm gonna promote this, and I was worried about the tax, you know, like just calculate the tax and everything. Well, actually, to my surprise, Kickstarter kind of have them all covered because that platform will take fee from you. They really want each of the projects to succeed on their platform. So they were actually helping me to promote my project on their newsletters. I forgot the exact number, but more than 70, almost to 80% of my backers are actually from Kickstarter's promotion. It was like a big surprise to me. For tax, they actually have a calculator. As soon as you calculated the production fee and the shipping and everything, you can actually calculate the potential tax. And then they will calculate everything all together and give you a suggested number. That was very helpful. And that one thing I did not expect. I totally did not expect. My personality, I always do things first before I think about the whole process. So I guess it's part of my fault. Fulfillment. I was like, yeah, packing orders looks interesting. You know, I watch a lot of packing orders video online. They glorify packing orders. I'm not blaming them. I still love watching packing orders, but it is a fun process to watch. But I will have to say, for me, it's not so fun of a process to do it by myself. Especially I'm an idea person. I thinking about my next project, my next idea. Packing orders requires a different type of skill. It's a perfect activity for earth signs. In the end, I think I remember I was just crying to all of my friends and asked them to come and help me. Yeah, that's what happened. I cannot thank my friends enough. Seriously, without them, I don't think I will make it. I was so stressed out because I wanted to get the decks as soon as possible, as fast as possible to everyone. I remember I was just like looking at those decks and looking at the envelopes and crying for many times. Well, fortunately, I have great friends. Thank you so much, my friends. I love you guys. And another thing about Kickstarter is that you can't expect everyone to respond to the survey. You know, when you ask for their address, by the end of campaign, you know, collect all those addresses and send it to them. Even in April this year, after a whole year of the project, I still got people respond to my survey. That's just something, you know, I think is really interesting. Just gotta prepare. I still saved the deck for them. There's still some backers haven't replied to me. I'm running a second Kickstarter now. Contact me on Kickstarter and your first edition deck is still waiting for you. Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm literally waiting for the sample of the second edition. That said, I did not regret to fulfill everything by myself. I think it's a very important experience for me. Give me a taste about what it feels to be independent, you know, because I was relying on my company. I relying on a full-time job, a stable income. So it just kind of helped me transition and like really set my expectations straight. It looks nice, but when you actually do it, it's a different thing. But still, I do not regret that. You guys supported my dream, and yeah, it's the least thing I can do. But I do have to say that if you're not a numbers person, you really just hate logistics. You just can't deal with it. I highly recommend you to contact Fulfillment Center and get a quote, and I think this will save you a lot of time and energy. Actually, I heard there's a service called Beggars Kit. I will list the link down below. You can check them out. I saw some other creators actually use them. Yeah, that's about it. So, the final things I want to talk about is selling online or selling store. Based on my experience, selling online makes more sense. I'm just purely speaking from selling tarot decks perspective because tarot is a niche. It's not like the whole district, everybody reads tarot. Maybe one day it will become like that, but it's not the case. So I actually went to some fairs and I tried to bring my decks to a local store. The selling is not as fast and steady as online. And I use Squarespace. They're a very, very efficient tool. But I have to say, somehow for me, there is a bug of tax calculation. I wasn't able to charge tax for every single order. I couldn't get it fixed, so I decided to move to Etsy. And I have to say, I love Etsy. I mean, they're made for small business, so their management tool was really good, and they show you status and communicate with your buyers and issue refunds and replacement. It was super helpful. The Etsy community is very nice. They're patient, you know, because in the middle of pandemic, the shipment was really slow. People are all very nice and kind. Yeah, they're just wonderful. They have wonderful communities. If you publish your deck through a publisher, they actually can help to manage the distribution. They can get it into bookstore, gift store, and they can get it online on Amazon, and you know, they can help with that. And you as a creator just take a percentage. I think it's a very good idea for some of the creators who just really not want to think about those, you know, business aspect of the project. But in my case, the reason why I didn't do it was because my background as a designer, I really want to have a complete control of the design and the distribution of my deck. I never really wanted to be like a writer rate and everybody has to have it. At the time, I just wanted to sell it to those people who also resonate with the card. It doesn't have to be like a massive production thing. So that's why I did not do it. And I think I will keep it that way. For example, the second edition, I changed the design. You know, like when you sign with your publisher, I don't think there are a lot of space for me to reimagine each edition. And that's pretty much all about Dream Vision Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you have any questions about publishing decks or about art, feel free to reach out to me at hi@dreamvisiontarot.com. I will try to answer your questions as much as I could. And the second edition Dream Vision Tarot campaign is actually scheduled to be launched by the end of July of 2022. If you're interested in getting the second edition, you can go to my website, sign up for the newsletter so you will get notified when the campaign is launched. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. I will see you in the next video.